Warning, some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. This episode contains the harvest of an animal.
Welcome back to Chasing Tales. We are out this morning with my dad for opening day of rifle season, and the weather does not look very promising for this morning. It's currently clear, but it's calling for rain all day, so not really sure how much movement we will have out in the woods, but gonna try our luck anyways. It wasn't long in the morning before we started to see movement, and the deer at the very end of the lane was actually down there for quite some time, but it was too dark to even capture it on camera. In a little less than a minute after these two does moved through, we had movement coming through the other direction. This wounded buck started moving in from the left side of the trail, so my dad decided to put the binoculars down and grab his gun. But he could not get the gun up in time to get a shot off before the deer moved across the trail. But before we could get too disappointed, we had more movement coming our direction. There's still another one back there. Coming in to investigate. That one buck was limping though, did you see that? No. That first one that came through was hobbling. And this deer just stood there for quite some time trying to figure out what just happened. Smaller buck with only one side. All nicely done. We decided that it was still pretty early, so we were going to wait it out to try to fill his second tag. And as you could see, this doe just came across right there. Then we had another doe come in to investigate why this buck was laying there. And before too long, we had a buck down the other trail. It's a big doe. And just like this, we were surrounded by deer, and they hung out in our trails for a very long time. And the buck that you just saw earlier that was very light colored, my dad and I came to the conclusion that we think it was a very old buck, but it just must not have had good genes or was so old that it could not grow good antlers anymore. And I decided to speed this half hour of footage up just to show how long these does were in our area. We had about a 15-minute lull of where we saw nothing at all, and then the deer decided to start moving again.
There's another one. Where? Up the trail. Okay. It's a doe though, I think. It's going across right now. It's a doe.
More does began to file into this trail as well. And as we were watching these does, we had action down the other trail as well. And we soon had deer on both sides of us. And we looked down the other trail, and another doe came in to see what was going on.
I don't know, I didn't really notice it.
And the rain that we were nervous about in the beginning of our hunt soon began to move in. And once the rain stopped, we saw nothing else this morning.
So as you guys saw, my dad dropped that one when it first came out. We had that smaller one walk in front of it, but he could not find it in the scope. But it worked out perfectly because this bigger one came out. We tried to sit a little bit longer to see if we could get a shot on anything else this morning, but we couldn't wait any longer and we're gonna go look at the deer.
And we decided to move in slowly just in case there was any big bucks in the surrounding area.
Well, are you happy with it?
I am. I thought it looked a little bigger on camera. Got up here, it wasn't quite as big as I thought, but
Still a pretty nice buck.
yeah. Thanks for coming out with me this morning and scouting it out. Glad your luck rubbed off on me this morning.
Good job.
Even though the rain and the wind picked up quite a bit, we still went out that same night to try to fill his second tag for the season. This doe came out on the trail pretty quick, so we thought a buck may have been following her. But if one was, he did not follow her out to the trail. And after a half an hour of no movement, we finally had a buck come out on the trail.
Oh, it looks, I don't know. It's up to you. It looks like a decent deer. I think it's that.
But before we could get a good enough look on this buck to decide if it was big enough to fill my dad's second tag, he stepped off the trail. A little bit of time passed and a buck came out right where he walked in originally, but we did not know if it was the same buck, and if it was, he looked a little bit bigger his second time through. Then this doe came out in quite a hurry, so we had our hopes up that a buck was chasing her.
Something pushing that. There's something pushing that.
But this did not seem to be the case yet again. After about 20 minutes of seeing nothing, this doe came out. She was soon followed by two other does that kept looking behind them.
but we never got to see what they were looking at either. About another half an hour went by before we actually saw deer again, and it was these two does that came across and made their way over to the right of us. And after these final does went across, we saw nothing else on this very eventful opening day hunt of rifle season. Thank you for letting me be able to go with you, Dad. Congratulations on your very nice buck. Hopefully we can get out very soon to get you tagged out on an even bigger buck. Thank you everybody for watching. Hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you next time.